Are you throwing away profits every time you trade without realizing it?
What a waste.
I ran the exact same strategy twice, same indicators, same market.
What's your point?
One made 215%,
Pretty damn good, lads!
while the other only hit 180%.
Well, where did it go?
There was only one difference, and that was the type of margin I used.
What are you talking about?
In the next few minutes, I'm going to show you how choosing the right type of margin can literally double your returns in a bull market,
Go on.
or save you from losses in a bear market.
Oh my god, text everyone about it.
I'm also going to share my real 215% strategy as an example to explain why this one small decision can make a huge impact.
Come in to that.
Let's do it.
One of the most overlooked choices in trading isn't where you enter or exit, it's what type of margin you use. Do you run your trades on USDT or USDC margin, where everything is settled in stablecoins? Or do you use coin margin, where your collateral is the actual crypto you're trading, like Solana, Ethereum, XRP or Bitcoin? Most people just click without thinking, but this single choice can completely change the outcome of your strategy, your risk, your profits, or even whether your account survives in a bear market. In this video, I'll explain the difference step by step and show you how this decision can literally double your returns on the same strategy. The first option is a stablecoin margin. Most crypto exchanges use USDT or USDC. This means that your collateral is effectively in dollars. The dollar margin is simplest to understand because your collateral is stable. So if you deposit $1,000 of USDT, the value doesn't move just because the market does. If you open a Solana trade and the price of Sol goes up and down, your trade position will go up and down as well. But in the background, your account stays anchored in USDT, which means that if the market's volatile or trending downwards while you're flat, your balance doesn't erode. That's why USDT margin is the default for a lot of traders. It keeps things predictable, especially during choppy periods. Coin margin works differently because your collateral is the actual asset you're trading. So if you deposit Solana as your collateral and you're trading on Sol, you're effectively holding Sol at the same time as gambling on it. That means that two things can happen at once. If the strategy makes money, you earn more Sol, and if the Sol price itself rises, then the collateral you're holding becomes more valuable too, so you're effectively compounding the gains. If the underlying asset is trending upwards, your account can grow even when you're not in a trade. But the opposite is also true. When the market drops, your collateral value falls, even when the strategy is not in a trade. And if you've lost money on the trade as well, you can compound the losses as well as the wins. This is why margin has such a big impact on tests and on live performance. If the market's in a healthy uptrend and you're running a long bias strategy, coin margin can significantly boost your results. If the conditions are uncertain, however, or sideways or bearish, USDT margin gives you far more stability and protects the value of your account when you're not positioned. Let me show you what this looks like in practice. I ran a strategy on Arrow Algo for Solana that buys when the 4-hour MACD shows an uptrend and the 5-minute RSI drops below 30. Basically, we're looking to catch short-term dips in a larger bullish trend. It sells when the RSI goes above 75, and it has a hard stop loss at minus 70% to avoid a full liquidation. It also exits if the 4-hour MACD flips bearish. If you want to see how I developed this strategy and how I learned that these are the optimum RSI levels, you can watch this video on optimizing strategies now. Now, over a 6-month bull period, the overall market from April to October this year, Solana was up about 26% from around $146 to $185. With the USDT margin, this strategy returned about 180% versus dollars and 121% versus Solana. We had a 65% win rate and an average win of 45%. That's already a strong performance. But when I flip the same strategy to a coin margin, here we can really see the difference. Nearly everything was identical, same number of trades, same win rate, same average win and losses, but the overall returns were 215% compared to 180% before. That's because the value of my Solana as collateral went up, so I was even making gains when I wasn't in a trade. That's the compounding effect in action. Let's flip this around to a bear market. If I rerun the same strategy, starting when the price was at its top in January and finished just after the big liquidation event in October, over this 8-month period, the price of Solana dropped 27%, from $260 to around $180. Using a coin margin, you can see that we made 282 trades in this period. The win rate dropped slightly to 55%. The average win was still nice, but we got liquidated at least once along the way. Overall, we lost 20% when the overall market was down 27%. So we made 9% more than the people that just bought and held Solana during this period. But it's still a net loss in dollar terms. If I flip the margin to USDT, however, we can really see the difference. Over the same period, we had the same number of trades, same win rate, same average returns, which you would expect because it's the same strategy. However, because my collateral was in USDT rather than Solana, the value of my collateral hasn't fallen with the market. So overall, the return of my strategy was 40% over cash and a huge 93% over the people that just bought and held Solana. So here's the key takeaway. As a general rule, it's pretty easy to say coin margin is best for bull markets and long strategies, and USDT margin is best for bear markets or short strategies, particularly where you want stability and protection against the falling market. If you want to diversify, you can cover all the grounds. There's no right or wrong answer, but you need to understand the difference, and it just highlights how important it is to backtest your scenarios in a range of market conditions before you run them live. Hopefully you found this helpful. Remember to subscribe and hit the notification bell for more trading insights. Help out the channel, drop a comment below, let me know your thoughts, give it a like and a share. Stay safe and happy trading.